Top half, I'm like, hi, how can I help you today? Bottom half, I'm like, okay. Crazy bitches. I fucking hate them. I thought I would feel better as time went on, but things are still affecting me pretty badly. And now I feel worse. I've tried to put myself in her shoes a million times, and I'm still so angry. And the more that time goes by, the more upset I stay. People love to forgive and forget, but I don't think I could let go of this quite yet. I feel like Tana Mojo when she got cheated on. Fuck you. Maya was always someone I thought like very highly of. I didn't have any trouble trying to like talk to her about anything. We weren't that close, but you know, nevertheless, I still valued her as like a good friend. I met her maybe like 3 years ago when we worked at Subway together. She would like invite me over to her place with her boyfriend Schlifford, and their both of them were like super fun to be around. I could vent to them. I could literally talk to them about anything. I'd come over to hang out with like the both of them or just Maya. Like, we never even had an argument, I don't think. Like, we had little, like, disagreements, obviously, as, like, people do, but, like, never anything huge that we, like, disagreed on and, like, side-eyed each other about, like, at another time. You know what I mean? So, in 2024, last year, I was looking for a place to stay because the place I was staying at, I wasn't gonna be able to afford anymore. Coincidentally, they were looking for a roommate at the same time. I was just feeling incredibly lucky to be able to move in, you know, with some people that I trusted and had like good vibes with. They graciously accepted me with my 3 cats. I was very thankful. That was super nice of them. Like it was a good first like 2 months. And that happened late July or early August. Ultimately, it brought us closer as friends, I felt. It was just like I finally felt like I was a part of something again. That sounds fucking corny, but I felt included. Like they were a good support system for me. Maya didn't have a vehicle, so she often relied on Schlifford to drive her around. When winter rolled around, things got worse. I mean, obviously seasonal depression in Alaska is very prevalent, and you know, it affects everyone differently. But they were going through a bit of a rough patch, and you know, for reasons that like is completely private to them, they broke up. Like, I'm not even sure like the entire severity of what happened. I know that it didn't end well. They don't like each other anymore. Maya was very upset about it, and she was the one that decided to stay here with me instead of Schlifford. And her feelings were completely valid. Like, anyone who's gone through a breakup, they were dating for about like 3+ years. It was tragic. I did everything I could to help her out. Like, stop fighting! Stop it! I didn't want to pry too much. I would give her rides when she didn't ask. I gave her clothes that I didn't want. She really loved to play this piano that I have like covered right now, but I would let her take it into her room anytime she wanted. I even drove her to the hospital when she was sick, and I brought her some of my grandma's soup. I don't know, like I just did as best as I could to make sure she was at least like okay. Like, I was being so nice. I was just trying to be a good friend. Like, this is gonna be a babe cave now. Like, it's just gonna be us. Like, it's gonna be fine. The thing is, though, the 3 of us weren't all paying equal parts of rent. I was paying $750. They were also paying $750, but each of them had that split in half. So when Schlifford moved out, Maya was then responsible for that whole $750. Nothing changed for me though. So when Schlifford left, how do you think this affected like Maya's income? She was completely used to only paying like $375 per month, which is insanely cheap. Like, I was jealous, but like, you know, I didn't argue on the price because I was having my own room. How many ways do you think that could have gone wrong? Like, many. And it did. Maya had to transfer all her stuff into like for electricity and Wi-Fi. It was just a hassle, and I was really just trying to help her out, and she got it done. Yeah, but I was really just trying to help her see that like her breakup could have been a blessing in disguise, you know? So in October, I convinced her to go out one weekend. She met up with this guy. They completely hit it off. They were fucking making out outside. It was disgusting, actually. She was moving on. She found a rebound. At least she had her mind off, like, the breakup, I guess. But then shortly after, she ditched that dude because he was too emotionally available. What the fuck? This is how you know I'm filming on Apple. I hate that shit. Oh my god. But she ended up ghosting him. Him and I actually became friends, and like, he's a really great person, and you know, Schmurdanan. After October ends, obviously November comes. She meets another guy. Long story short, he was not emotional enough for her. Like, I remember one time, I wasn't there. This was her story that she told to me, by the way. But she was like, you know, confiding in him and like upset and like saying how miserable she was or something of the sort. And he just replied, "I think I want to get a massage." So she ditched his ass like quicker than the last one. Now that the backstory has been established, sort of, it's not a fun time in Alaska in the winter unless you're like super outdoorsy or you're just high on life. For us regulars, though, I have to take antidepressants. I also bonded with her because we take the same antidepressants. We're both on Lexapro. I don't know if that's like a privacy violation. It could be. I know SSRIs like affect everyone differently, so I kind of was saying that lightly. We were just like, oh shoot, we're on like the same milligram and the same exact like pill. Last month of the last month of the year, the shit show started. Maya was over guy number 2. She was moving on to guy number 3. It was this guy, he lives like 6 hours away in Anchorage. And apparently he had gone to school with Maya previously and she wanted to catch up with him. She invited him over for Christmas, which I was okay with. We had a cute little time. Maya and I even exchanged gifts, which like I didn't even think I was gonna be able to give that many gifts last year. Yeah, 2 days after Jesus was born, on the 27th of December. It's a Friday and it's 2 a.m. and she stumbles into my room like drunk as fuck, slurs to me that she's going to Anchorage for a trip and that she'd pay me to take care of her remaining guinea pig, Benji. The lighting is gonna be changing so much during this. I'm so sorry. Bean had died earlier that year. It was very sad, and I cried with her for that. Like, I went up there, watched his little I watched his little body with her. Like, he was super stiff. It was really sad, actually. But yeah, so she had one guinea pig left and she would give me money to take care of him. I agreed to do this for her. Like, still half asleep though, because it was 2 a.m. and I had work the next day. Then I heard her later on that morning at like 4. I heard her like throwing up and stuff. And I was just like, oh, she might not go now. You know, it was probably just like a drunk decision. She probably was like, wait, no, you know what I mean? But when I woke up, the house was completely silent and I went to work. Halfway through my day, I texted her just to check on her. I'm like, hey, I heard you weren't feeling too well like last night. I heard you throwing up. Are you all good? And she texted me back like, yeah, I just drank too much. Like, we're halfway there. Like, everything is fine. Okay, so the 27th, she left. And on the 30th of December, I received this message. Hey, so I'm really sorry. I know this is horrible timing, but I cannot afford anything right now. And I'm gonna get a job here in Anchorage. Did not expect this to happen, otherwise I would have given you a notice. I'll text the landlord to tell him I'm no longer living there and give you his contact info. You're welcome to use my things like the couch and TV. We can work out a deal if you want to keep them permanently since I don't have a place to put them. Anyways, I need a paycheck before I head back up, and then I'm selling most of it unless you want it because I understand this is shitty. I didn't manage things better. And I didn't even know what to say to that.
The fuck?
This is 2 days before rent is due.
Do you know you have 30 minutes?
The next day I texted her back. I said, okay, what should I do with Benji? Like, your whole ass guinea pig that I'm taking care of right now. Like, I don't even know how to take care of a caged animal. I have kitties. I don't gotta change their fucking hay. And plus, like, I understand it's not even that hard. It's not my responsibility. And she literally told me she was coming back and was gonna pay me to take care of it. She says,
Yeah, that part fucks me up, but I can't take care of him anymore. I don't have a place to put him or funds to give him what he needs. You can either keep him or I'll find someone else.
so I was like, yeah, dude, find someone else. I said, okay, I can't take care of him either. So it would probably be best if you found someone to take care of him. Then she goes,
If you're unwilling to take care of him, it would be best if you went to the shelter. I'm trying my best, but I don't know the car to do with what I wish. Once again, I'm sorry for failing to manage things this hard.
now I'm like, what the fuck? No warning, nothing. Okay. The next day is the 1st.
What is due?
I said, I don't really know how to change all the electricity and Wi-Fi stuff. I've never done this before. Like, no one's ever dumped their entire house on me. Like, the entire responsibility of paying for an apartment. I've always been the subleaser. And then she says,
I'm coming back to deal with my things. I just can't afford to do it immediately. Landlord says I can pay a holding fee, and I have until the end of January. I'm sending you the fee.
She sends me $200 out of $750. I said, this guinea pig is kind of stressing me out. I don't want it to die, but I don't know how to take care of it. It's been so cold in the room. The last time I checked, it was 58 degrees. I don't know why it's so cold. It keeps making the squeaking noise, even though I gave it the water and the hay, and I don't know what else to do. The animal shelter is full, and no one else has replied to my post. It might die. I can't even pick it up, like, it's scared of me. And then I sent her the post of the animal shelter's post saying that they were full.
Put him in a box and take him to the animal shelter. I never said you had to find someone personally. Jesus, Elise. I'm not sure why you're surprised my life is falling apart right now. You literally watched it happen. I'm ready to let myself die. Fuck.
And I said, I'm really in the same fucking boat, bitch. Like, you just left. Then I sent her this giant fucking paragraph that you can pause and read it. I'm literally just gonna paraphrase. Maya, I want to say that everyone's problems are always bigger when they're their own. I don't expect you to understand the struggles I'm going through because I don't understand yours. Everyone I've talked to about this situation has made it seem like you plan to do this. I said everyone's going through a rough time, but this right here could have seriously been fucking avoided. Like, she goes,
Yes, I'm horrible. Be pissed. I don't really care. I've been managing the life my ex and I built for months now, walking everywhere and taking the bus. It's funny to me you're attributing more responsibility to me than you ever did him. I'll be back before the end of January. I need to start over, and I can't deal with someone who enables me to be depressed all the fucking time. You can't even move the empty trash cans back, for fuck's sake.
She's mad at me for not bringing the empty trash cans back to our stairs from the driveway. And I said, I don't understand how this is my fault, but okay.
Yeah, well, I'm not surprised you didn't notice how sad I am to lose the love of my life. You barely notice your own things. You want to text and provoke me? Let's text.
Child. Anyway, so...
I said, I did notice. I actually told you I'd be there for you and try to help you whenever you needed. I was there for you when Bean died. I drove you places without you even asking for it. I cried with you. I confided in you.
Why don't you dish some out to Schlifford too, since he's also incredibly irresponsible at leaving things?
Because you were more important to me than Schlifford. I knew you better than him.
You're an adult, Elise. Stop bitching to me like I can fucking do anything about it.
I know, I'm literally just trying to communicate. You're contradicting yourself. I'm just trying to have a civil conversation. You said I didn't notice, but then I said a bunch of things contradicting your statement. This is not a debate. I'll stop bitching if that's what you want to call it.
You are not trying to communicate. You're trying to make me feel awful, which congrats you have. There is nothing I can do right now, so if you could get that through your fucking head, that would be great. You started off the convo real civil for sure. My guinea pig suffering makes me feel all sorts of fucked up, and the fact that you're unwilling to transport him just to show me that I need to come back is fantastic.
Thank you.
Once again, I will be back at the end of January to handle everything. You can yell at me or whatever, but I need to leave Fairbanks behind me. There is nothing left for me there. I'd suggest you get it out of your system since I'll be taking the couches and everything else that you use that is mine. unless we're able to come to an agreement on it. You probably shouldn't try to emotionally connect with me since I'm literally not going to be there. Best to communicate about real shit, like money. Do you think it's easy being without all my shit? I'm in somebody's grandma's pajamas.
And she replied to my text.
You expect me to make sense when I've overly expressed how insane I am? Like,
Okay, cool. You just admitted that you're fucking crazy. Just like, I just stopped replying to her at that point because I'm like, what the fuck? Like, why is she mad at me when she left? Then on the 10th, she texts me,
did you take my pet to the shelter or not? Because he needs to be somewhere that will care for him, regardless of how petty you're feeling. At this point, I have other friends willing to do it. You just need to leave the door unlocked.
I got it taken care of. One of my friends ended up picking him up, being able to take him. But I didn't want to have all that conversation with her. I didn't even want to talk to her. I was just trying to be civil. I wasn't trying to fight. She was the one saying all that shit. I just said I got it taken care of. Then on the 13th, she said,
the electricity bill is $155. I will be taking my name off the account. When I called, she said it'll be disconnected whenever I say. You need to either call them or go to their location or visit their website to make an account. The bill is connected to my bank account, and I'm not using the electricity there. If you aren't prepared to pay at least half of it, I will tell them to disconnect immediately so it doesn't keep adding up under my name. If you cash out me half, it'll give you 8 days before you'll need to assume responsibility. I'll send you screenshots.
So she did. She sent me a screenshot of the bill. It was $155.15. And I sent a text just clarifying because, like, she was saying at least half, and then she was saying I'm not using the electricity there, so, like, I don't know. I just wanted confirmation that, like, I was sending half of $155. So I said, this is for December, so you will have to pay the other half. And then she quoted herself from the text above and said,
did I ever say you needed to pay all of it? Oh, I didn't.
I just thumbs that bitch up because, like, I don't want to argue. I was just like, okay, didn't need the sass. I'm thumbsing up your message because I saw it. Okay, I saw it.
You're welcome for answering some questions.
I gave it another thumbs up. I was like, cool, you did. Then she sends a third text message. Bitch strikes the fuck out.
The Wi-Fi is coming with me. You will also need to go make an account like an adult with a company that services Wi-Fi.
I was seeing red. I was fuming, furious. Bitch, I'm older than you. You're the one that... I couldn't take it anymore, really. So I retaliated with this. You are such a raging cunt right now for being the one spontaneously dipping and breaking your lease. Preaching on being an adult when you abandoned your pet, your jobs, and your responsibilities as a roommate. It's like hard to believe you're an adult too. You're dependent as fuck. Like you said, you can't even take care of yourself. You need to be babied. You can't even save up for a car with 2 jobs. And you're telling me to be an adult? I am. I'm dealing with the consequences of your actions that are affecting my living situation plus my peace of mind. You're the one that's trying to sell and do illegal drugs. You're the one that ran away from your problems. And you're the one that's fucking everything up for yourself. So stop treating me like shit when you're the one that made your own life shit. I've done nothing to you. Do better and do not contact me directly again. You fucking psycho. I will not answer. If you need to reach me to bitch more, you can do that through the landlord or any other third party. So I thought I would be strong enough to not reply back again. But as you can see the rest of this video, how long it is, I did in fact reply again a few more times. She goes,
okay. I tried to get a better response out of you aside from pure unfiltered emotion, but you clearly need to take it out on me. That's fine. I will be turning off the electricity since you have not reassured me you're half of it, and I bet more than anything you have like 3 different lights on that don't need to be.
Mind you, at the time, I had sent her my freaking half, at like 3 p.m. when she messaged me. After I crashed out on her and she sent me that message, I just went back into Cash App and, like, canceled the transaction because I thought she saw that I sent it, told me that I didn't send it, and stole my money. While we were talking about the electric bill, I sent her the money, assuming she would see the notification. Does that seem normal? Is that normal? And so I said, you just didn't accept it, you dumb fuck. And fine, do whatever you want like you have been. She sends me a screenshot.
Hasn't shown up on my end, but sounds good. It'll make things a lot easier if I don't have to take you into consideration at all.
What do you mean? Yeah, because I canceled it. I can handle it on my own, unlike you. And you have not been taking me into consideration at all. If anything, you've been projecting your own problems onto me. Everyone I've showed our conversation has agreed that you're being capital R retarded. I'm not being nice to you. And just being passive about you talking down on me. Like, seriously, stop taking hydros and Robitussin and reread what you're saying and how you're saying it. It's giving sociopath, it's giving mentally ill, it's giving get fucking help. And leave me the hell alone, please. That's what she thinks. She said,
You don't know what you're talking about. It's cute you think you know everything about me, though, lol. I'm trying to move on with my life, and I'm sorry that upsets you so much.
yeah, just keep ignoring the facts.
Don't pretend like you've sent me money when you haven't. That's lying, Elise. Maybe Damon can actually move in instead of living there for free.
You don't know about Damon. So I sent her the 2 messages again, saying when I sent it and when I canceled it, and I said, this is how I know you're just pulling shit out of your ass. Like, just stop. I gave you 4 hours to accept my payment. And you were too late.
You just admitted to canceling it yourself. Are you drunk? I didn't know you had sent me money because you never communicated that you were willing to pay your half.
But I sent the money as we were talking.
I think all you want to do is take your emotions out on me. There's plenty of useful things to talk about, and I'm plenty calm enough to do so.
I said, so you just don't check your notifications? Or she goes, does it look like I've received any activity from you? And I'm like, no, bitch!
No!
Because I canceled it. It's not there anymore. And then without checking, you said you were going to turn off the electricity, which made me think that you just stole my money because I did send it to you at 3 p.m.
Right, well, I'm understanding that you're pinning me with the bill.
Good. You deserve it. Oh my god.
That's fine. If you commit any damage to my property, I will involve the police.
I said same for you with my things.
Why go through all that effort just to admit you're refusing to pay it, lol?
And I said, it's because of how you're acting. And maybe you can't understand that. Let's just say that's you repaying me for the bottle and taking care of Benji. If you still don't understand, someone else will have to explain it to you because I get it that just one person saying it to you isn't enough. And of course, I'm always down for a debate.
Wow, you are wasted right now, aren't you? Like I said, there's plenty of things to talk about aside your emotions, and I'm calm enough to do so. I hope the next time you have an emergency, the people around you are capable of understanding. Since I can't trust you with money anymore, I will be turning everything off tomorrow. And that's telling you straight up, because that's just who I am. I have given you more room to prepare yourself than Schlifford ever did me. I immediately picked up his rent, and I've at least given you a month to find someone willing to pay to stay with you.
I don't doubt that was hard for you, but that's what happens in life, and the landlord was willing to help you, along with myself. Now that it's happening to me, and other than that, I think you're gaslighting me into feeling bad for you.
I'm just saying things would be easier if you could try to be civil. This isn't happening to you. I've paid another month to give you time. I didn't have to do that. It's illegal to dispose of my belongings regardless. Since you're ungrateful for the efforts I've made, I'm not going to try anymore.
That's not how you leave an apartment. You said I didn't have to do that. You actually need to give more of a notice and actually pay the full amount of rent.
Maybe if you cleaned and organized a bit better, other than pieces of shit like me would want to live with you.
You paid a holding fee for yourself. If you couldn't pay, he would have moved your things out to the shed so I could still find someone new for February. That's how this works. That's the law. I sent her the Landlord-Tenant Act. I already looked it up.
You're missing the point. I contributed enough so you didn't have to immediately pay for everything. The shed is not disposing of my items. I'd prefer to have my $200 back.
Ask the landlord then. He wasn't gonna make me pay your half anyways. She says, you aren't as fucked as you say you are. I said, yeah, I know. I have other things going on though, which don't pertain to any of this, which is how life is. So as I said before, there could have been many things to do to avoid this.
Alright, well, I'm gonna go DoorDash until I can afford your half of the electricity bill. I hope you feel differently once you sober up.
I just said, nighty-night. That's the last time we spoke to each other. She comes back on the 1st of February, a day after her last day. The locks are supposed to be changed. They weren't. I was at work, and I come home at 4:30, and there's a giant-ass U-Haul truck in the driveway, and I'm just like, what the fuck is happening? She's in here with her now boyfriend and uncle, and they're moving damn near everything out. Like, everything that was rightfully hers, but also fucking shitty to do to someone. She literally left and got everything, like, paid for her. Like, her uncle paid for the U-Haul. He helped her carry all of her stuff out. She just got everything handed to her and left me with close to nothing. I'm still dealing with it. I haven't found a roommate yet. I am as fucked as I say I am. The place looks better than it did when she left, but it's like, I don't have a microwave. She took the trash can from the kitchen. She took the broom. She took the vacuum. And I'm just really pissed. And there's a lot of things that I wish I did, but I'm glad that I didn't while she was here. Dude, what the fuck? How could you do that to someone? She picked up all her stuff, left. I said, fuck you, as she was leaving. And the whole time she was here, she was just la-ni-da-ni-da, like, super happy, like, should I take my firearms down now? Yeah, sure. I can give it back to you. Yeah. I don't know. I just hope karma dishes out something hefty. I'm still so angry, and I'm losing money every single day, having to pay everything by myself. It's really hard. I haven't found a roommate yet. I'm depressed. I'm alone, not thriving. Also, no furniture. I have a single broken chair that she left. So that's what happened. Thank you for tuning in, I guess. Revealing my trauma. Here's a bunch of pictures of her. Tell her that she's a bitch and a cunt. Sign her up for some spam. Put some curses on her. Hex that hoe. I don't care. That's about it. I'll see you later.